so boom. The big coming Carlos said he had a late pregame and I could pull up on him. Tryna roll. For real? Bet. Pull up to the pregame. Yeah. Pull up to the pregame. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Hey. Pull up to the pregame. Yeah. Pull up to the pregame. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Hey. Catch a vibe, come and meet the team. Come and kick it with your fave 3. Chop it with us, come and join the stream. Trust me, y'all, it's must see. It's a culture party if you partaking. Hottest podcast, it ain't no debating. It's ringing off cause it's so engaging. Let's keep it talk. You won't find this on no other page. This kind of talk, this kind of cloth right here is tailor-made. What up, love? Tryna have fun, we the plug then. It's for the people so the culture win. Need an outlet, then tap in. Come tap in. We keep it fresh with the content. Yeah. We even got Bash Stop from Carolina Blitz. And Shot from P&P, they're a perfect fit. Cause what's the point of a pregame if it ain't lit? It's lit, it's lit, it's lit.
Yo, welcome back to the Pregame Podcast. We lit, we live, and while y'all at it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Family, we back. It's Thursday, 7:30. Welcome back to the Pregame Podcast. I'm excited, man, because I think last week we did it on a Friday. If you have not gone to look at the exclusive interview with Ted Washington that happened last Friday, please go run that thing up. Go like it. It was a lot of gems that he dropped last Friday during the podcast. So if you are a football fan and you want to learn what goes in and out between trades, draft, what it takes to be elite in a 3-4 scheme, make sure you go check that out. It was pretty fire. I ain't gonna hold you. So make sure you go check that out. What's up, everybody? We're live on Twitter. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. I think we're going to go live right now on Instagram. So we everywhere. So make sure to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend to pull up on the Pregame Podcast. Where are my hosts today? So Shad, his daughter, is cheering for a championship game tonight. So good luck to her. Good luck to the people. I think it's basketball. So good luck to the basketball players. Hope y'all win. Bring home the trophy. And Vashti should be on her way. So she'd be with us in just a little bit. All right. So y'all know how we do. What you pulling up with? If you're new here to the Pregame Podcast, I always say this before we start. If you've been to a pregame, whether, later in life, going to pregames now, you never come to a pregame empty-handed. Here at the Pregame Podcast, we don't mean that you have to come to the pregame with anything tangible. What we mean is that you're pulling up with some type of energy, right? And so I'm always ask the family what y'all pulling up with, right? So for me, what I'm pulling up with is, what am I pulling up with? I'm trying to give you an honest answer. I'm pulling up with gratitude and health. We had a little health situation going on in the family with the little one and the family. So I pray that everyone's feeling all right. Make sure y'all taking your meds, your vitamins, all that good stuff, because the flu and different type of infections are going around in this season. So just make sure y'all stay prayed up. Make sure y'all stay with your medicine. Cool. Let me see. Make sure y'all drop in the chat what y'all pulling up with, because I want to know how everybody's week was. As you can see, I'm rocking the red hat. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow. So happy early Valentine's Day to everybody who celebrates it. Even if you have a loved one, if you don't have a loved one, celebrate yourself. All right. Love on yourself tomorrow. So, I had to be a little festive and have the red on today. So let me break down what we're going to do today in terms of the agenda. So, of course, we already talked about the Valentine's Day situation. So we thought, hey, it'll be really cool to do a starting lineup with the top 5 songs that have the word love in the title. Not, a random song title with the word love in the song. Top 5 songs with the word love in the title. So we got the top 5. As you know, we're going to be honest here. So, you could judge my top 5 if you want to. This is how I'm feeling. And y'all know how I am when it comes to music. My top 5 can vary based on my mood, right? So my top 5 earlier in the week is different from my top 5 today. It's really based off of how I'm feeling. So I got my top 5. So we're going to do that in just a little bit. If you saw the thumbnail, we had the report card on there. So the NFL season is a wrap. The 2024-2025 season. Philadelphia Eagles are your Super Bowl champions. And so we want to give like a report card to the season, right? Different moments, different players, different coaches. And we want to give them a letter grade. And I want you all to help out with this, right? I want you all to put in letter grades throughout this journey, right? This is from like I always say, this is a casual fan's perspective. I'm not going to go too deep into the reasons. I'll explain the reasons why I gave these particular players, coaches, moments, that particular letter grade. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go into like the all 22 schematic deep analysis tonight, right? We're just going to talk about why I gave it to them, why Vashti gave it to them, and all those different things. I see a lot of people in the comments already. I see people saying thankfulness. You pulling up with thankfulness. You pulling up ready to enjoy the pregame. I appreciate you. Pulling up blessed. I love it. I love the blessings, man. Love the blessings. All right. So let me see. What do I want to react to first? Oh, another thing. We're going to talk a little bit about some NBA news today that is going on this week. And then another thing I want to do is, so I put up a social media post, maybe like 2 weeks ago. And it was basically just a clip of when I was on here saying, hey, we're going to do a new segment called Pregame People's Choice. If you want the pregame crew to react to a particular song, movie, video, whatever it is, leave it in the comments. Let us know. And so somebody did. They reached out and said, well, hey, we want you to react to this particular artist. They didn't pick a song, which I thought was dope. They didn't pick a song. They just said, just go listen to her music. So I was like, all right, bet. We're going to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to her music. That's what we're going to react to right now. So we're going to listen to her music, her song. I think if I butcher your name, because I'm going to clip this up. If I butcher your name, I apologize. But it's SSTEDI. And so the way I thought about it was like, is it steady or steady? Either way, we're going to react to her song. She actually did what I call, you know how they do the NPR Tiny Studio. So my boy Khalil has this studio down here called Lloyd Visuals, and they did something called the New Age Session. And so we're going to watch a little clip of that, hear her music, and then we're going to react to it. And you know how we do it pregame. We're going to give the honest truth to how we feel about this particular music. The cool thing about her is she is a Christian artist. She is a Christian R&B artist. So we're going to give this a chance right here. Make sure y'all stay tuned. SSTEDI, right? So I'm going to say S steady, and y'all correct me if y'all feel any different. All right. So here we go.
Hey, y'all. Can we give it up for Khalil and Lloyd Studios for producing this event? Yes. Thank you to Sam and to the Harvey Cummings Band. I just want to thank y'all for being here with me this evening. It's truly an honor and a pleasure to just get to vibe with y'all. So, are you ready, band? Without further ado, This first song is called Not Alone. Under your wings, oh high, until the end of time, never alone.
I'm gonna stop it right there. So first off, y'all know I love a good vibe. Y'all know I love a good vibe. And first off, shout out to Khalil Lloyd Studios for setting the vibe with the studio, with the band, the lights, all that. The camera angles, it's a whole production. So first off, that's fire. Who does she remind me of? It's like a mix of like a Christian Snow Allegra type of vibe. Like real, like her voice is real smooth, real calming. I love the lyrics, you know what I mean? Like telling me I'm not alone. Like it's a nice vibe. One thing I like about this particular song, and I'm assuming this song is called Not Alone. This is something that I could chill with. If I'm working and I need some background music, I can rock with. But to me, this is like a different lane of R&B, like Christian R&B music. Like it feels like she really found a really cool lane, avenue, and is rocking with that. And I really like this. What do y'all think? Like I am intrigued to hear more from her. You know what? You know what? You got a fan. You got a fan. I want to listen to more. I am intrigued. I'm going to come back and I'm going to listen to more of her because just that 1 minute and 20 seconds, I'm intrigued. I am definitely intrigued. All right, so let's see in the chat. What do y'all think about her? And you know, one thing here at the Pregame Podcast is we are always going to keep it a buck. We're going to keep it on. We're going to be honest. We're going to keep it honest. Nice vibe. I agree. David said, I like it. I did too. Like, it seemed like something you could just really, like, if you're just chilling on a Saturday evening, like, whenever I'm listening to music, I like to create the moment, right? And so when I heard that song, it's a Saturday evening. I'm outside. The weather is nice. I'm putting something on the grill. The sun's setting a little bit. You just got a nice little vibe. You bring out the little candle. You setting a nice little vibe, right? The kids running around. You just got that in the background. Shout out to her. And that's Christian music, you know? I mean, so if y'all love Christian music like I love Christian music, y'all go support her. SSTEDI. Steady. I'm gonna check you out. Shout out to her. All right, so we got another one we're gonna react to. We're gonna wait just a little bit. I'm gonna do that a little later on in the day or in the pod. So we're gonna get into some content. So first things first, let's get into big news in the NBA. Luka Doncic is a LA Laker.
Hey, say gang.
Hey, look, yeah, you know, I haven't talked about the Lakers in a while on this podcast because we ain't doing too bad. We weren't doing like great. And so when this particular trade happened, I remember waking up. I fell asleep early that night. And so I woke up maybe around like 2 or 3 in the morning and I saw I had a text message from my brother. My brother was like, yo, you won't believe what just happened. And he dropped the Twitter post. And I said, I was like, this got to be a fake Shams. This is cap because there's no way Dallas Mavericks are going to trade a 25-year-old superstar for Anthony Davis and some picks. I did not believe it. Then I went back to sleep, woke up later that morning, and it was true. And I was extremely shocked. But his debut was solid. Like he's been hurt since December with a calf strain. But I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I am excited for the future of LA because, of course, when Bron retires, this is going to be the franchise player for the Lakers for years to come. He's only 25, and the way that he plays, being a playmaker, passing the ball, all those different things. My hope is that people want to come play with him. People will want to come play with him, and people will have a good time playing with him. I hope that we can win some championships. We'll see. But you could tell that it definitely energized Bron. He's been playing on a crazy level lately. I know that we've had debates on this podcast about, where Bron sits in the GOAT level. I mean, the GOAT ranking. But I give flowers where flowers is due. And your boy is balling. To be 40 years old and to put up the numbers that he is in the amount of minutes that he plays, he's balling. Father Time is usually undefeated, but Father Time is they in a 12 round decision, unanimous, not even unanimous decision, it might be split decision right now. But shout out to Luka, to LA, to Bron. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the playoffs, but I'm going to be paying attention to that. So like I said, the other person I got traded, AD. So here's my thing. I got a love-hate relationship with AD, man, because I was excited when AD came, when we won the championship in 2020, but you know what they call him, man? His nickname is Street Clothes because a man stayed injured, right? And this game was his first game as a Dallas Mav, and he went in the first quarter, went bonkers. He went crazy in the first quarter. And then, y'all guess what happened? Your boy got hurt. He got hurt. I think it's like abductor strain or something. He's out until further notice, indefinitely. And so when that happened, like when he did that dunk, he was like, I'm here. He was yelling, I'm here. I was like, I'm going to miss that passion. And then a few minutes later, he gets hurt. And I'm like, I ain't going to miss that.
Bang, 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 bang.
I was like, I ain't going to miss that. I'm not going to miss that. But shout out to AD, man. AD and Max Christie. They're over there with the Dallas Mavs. I don't know if they're going to go far. I'm not sure about the Mavs. I don't know. They're very injury prone over there right now, but it was definitely wild. Yeah, I agree. Crazy trade. But yeah, AD definitely got hurt his first game. It was nasty work. Nasty work. So it is what it is. But shout out to the NBA news right there. All right. So before we get into the report cards, I'm going to do this other song. I'm going to react to this one. This artist doesn't know that I'm going to react to their song. I don't tell any of the people that I'm going to react to their song because I want to go into it. Okay, so first off, let me give y'all context of what I do when I pick these particular artists or songs. So I either see something on social media, somebody may come to me and say, hey, can you listen to this? And I don't want to listen to the entire song because I want to give my honest opinion on the pod, right? I don't want anything to feel staged, and I don't want to do anything that I'm not passionate about or don't really feel, right? So I may hear a little snippet because I may see it on social media, but I never listen to the whole song. So this next person, somebody I actually know, I went to high school with this gentleman, and he's been putting out some solid R&B songs lately. I don't know why I've been in this R&B bag lately, y'all. I don't know if because it's cold outside or what, but so I heard a little snippet and I was like, okay, I wanna react to this. So the artist's name is D-Neek, D.Neak. right? The name of this song is called Place to Place. I think it dropped maybe like 2 weeks ago or a week ago. So we're going to listen to it here. I need everybody in the chat, in the comments, to make sure that you write down what you rock. Like if you're rocking with it, if you're not rocking with it, you know how we do here at Pregame Podcast. We're always honest. We're always going to keep it a buck and tell people how we feel. All right. So the next one is called Place to Place by D Neek. Here we go.
We can go from place to place, night and day.
It's where you wanna be.
Something about you crazy, baby, have your way.
You're the one I need.
Girl, you. Oh, how they've been sleeping on you.
Oh, I like this.
You gon' shut it down. In that drop top, we can go and get it. Got a pocket full of 100s and 50s. You want that Birkin, you can have plenty. Ain't no running, you gon' end up on the ceiling. Left, right, got me rocking the boat. Now leave them haters over there, cause they be doing the most. You like what I like. If you know, you know. We can go from place to place, night and day.
It's where you wanna be.
Something about you crazy, baby, have your way.
You're the one I need.
Girl, you. Oh, how they've been sleeping on you.
Yeah, that's one right there. That's a bop. That's a bop right there. Mm-hmm. That's a bop. That's one. That's one right there. Yeah. I'm not even gonna hold you. He got one right there. That chorus is extremely catchy. That's definitely something that I can vibe with, that I can rock with. It gives me like old school R&B vibes in a way, like the 90s, early 2000s type of R&B. You know what I mean? Like it's a nice little beat to it. Catchy chorus, simple verse. You know what I mean? Like that. I like that. One thing I'll say, it's some talent in Charlotte, y'all. Because this is another local artist. It's some talent down here. We need to start as a community, as like Charlotteans, we got to support these local artists a little bit more. Because there's definitely some talent here in Charlotte. That one was fire. I'm not even going to hold you. That was solid, bro. I'm going to have to clip this one up. Look, that's a pregame stamp of approval. Pregame podcast stamp of approval. You got one, bro. You got one. All right. So let's get into these report cards. And then after we do the report cards, we're going to go into the top 5 love songs, or top 5 songs with the love in their title. So make sure y'all have y'all's ready. I'm doing it later because I want to make sure that y'all can get y'all's as well. Oh, boom. David said you rock with it. Look, man, I'm trying to tell you, we finding some gems around here, right? Don't be surprised if that's on the radio soon. See, boom, definitely getting rotation on the radio. That is a really good radio song. Like, this was solid. He got one. He's got one. And I wonder how it feels like leaving the studio, knowing you got a banger, like knowing you like, yeah, like this is one. It's got to be an amazing feeling. Got to be an amazing feeling. All right. So let's get into these. All right. So first one I want to do is Bryce Young's Radio Row media run, right? So one thing I want to say about Bryce is, like, as the year goes on, as the season went on, I've become like, it's going to sound weird to say, right? But I've become like more proud, like prouder and prouder and prouder of Bryce in the way that he is carrying himself, the way that he was playing, his demeanor, his confidence, the way that he carried himself in the media, in press conferences, all those different things. I just become more impressed and more proud of this young man right here. And what I saw during the Radio Row media run during the Super Bowl week was extremely impressive, right? Because you're going on all these different shows, not knowing whether the analyst really likes you or is trying to go viral with some content. And the way that Bryce carried himself was amazing. The way that he shouted out all his teammates when he was on one show, one person tried to dog Andy, and he nipped it in the bud and was like, yo, shout out to Andy. That was dope. How he carried himself on the Gruden podcast, explaining the reason why he had his drop back the way it is, highlighting some of the players and the reasons why he can't wait to play with them again, and just how detailed he is. From him even saying, hey, I'm down here in New Orleans and I'm about to go recruit some players. Like, everything that you would want out of a franchise quarterback, he did. Shout out to Bryce, man. Shout out to Bryce. So for this particular media run, I'm gonna give him an A. I give him an A. I give him an A for that particular media run, right? Because that was probably some of his best interviews that I've seen thus far. I give Bryce an A for that. So you get an A. Now, Bryce for the season. Yes, we saw him bench this year. Yes, we saw progression. He could have been the comeback player of the year, in my opinion. So I got to give Bryce for this season a B. I got to give him a B. I think there's progression there. I give him a B. It was close to a C. It was close to a C for me, if I'm being honest. But I got to give him a B because I think after being benched, knowing you are the number one pick, knowing that team gave up so much to get you, not everybody would have had the confidence, the wherewithal, and the fight to push through and make sure that you made the last part of the season the best part of your season. And so I got to give him a B for what I saw out of that. So yeah, Bryce, somebody said Bryce grew up. I think we are seeing the maturation of Bryce Young for sure, as a man, but then also more importantly as a player. So shout out to Bryce, man. So I give him a B. I give him an A for the media run and a B. And if I had like a plus or minus, I'll probably give him like a B minus. Close to a C, but a B minus. I think there's progression there. And I think he would say the same thing, to be honest with you. So shout out to Bryce, man. All right. So the next one I want to do is the halftime show of the Super Bowl. Now, let me sip my water real quick. So, if you don't know, if you're new here on the Pregame Podcast, we've talked about the beef since the beef was the beef, right? We've been locked in as a family here on the Pregame Podcast, and we've talked about everything. Now, here we are fans of all three, and I'm including J. Cole in here, all three of the artists. We don't choose sides. We haven't chosen the side. But we some of us, not all of us, but we did pick a side of who we thought was gonna win. Lucky for y'all, lucky for me, I was on the right side of history, if you will. The right side of history of picking Kendrick to win it all. So I was super excited to see what Kendrick was going to do for the halftime show. I was excited when he said that it was going to be some type of art of storytelling, because if you've been following Kendrick since Section 80, every different album has some type of storyline or theme to it, right? So it goes from like Good Kid, Mad City kind of being like a movie, right? You got, all of them. Mr. Morale being a play. Damn being a magazine. So it's always been something there. So I was excited to see what he was going to do here. So yes, there's a lot of underlying themes to this particular halftime show. The breath control for him to be running around how he didn't miss a beat, Didn't seem like he was winded. You heard every bar, every word, every lyric. Extremely impressive, right? His song selection was interesting. I wasn't expecting it, right? He didn't go to all of his like hits that everybody knows, but the songs that he did pick was pertaining to the message that he was trying to say with the Uncle Sam, America's Game, all those different things. I thought it was dope. All that to say, I give this halftime show a B. I give it a B. I give this halftime show a B. Let me pull up there we go. I give it a B. And I think the reason I gave it a B because I didn't know what to expect. And I try to come into some of these situations, whether it's a concert, a show, a song, an album, with no expectations, right? Because have you ever been like really, really excited to like see a movie, or really, really excited to listen to a song, listen to an album, and your expectations because of that particular artist, actor, movie director, your expectations are so high. They're so high. And you get let down. That's like the worst feeling in the world when you get let down. So I usually try to keep my expectations really low so that I can go into it without being biased. So with me having my expectations low or not high, I was excited to see what he did. That GNX intro that needs to drop, but I have to give it a B. It was really, really good, but I think there has been better halftime show performances. Now, granted, those better halftime show performances, those artists were either they could dance, sing. Of course, they brought out a lot more artists. But to have a rapper do what he did, chef's kiss. And everyone that like I've seen, like, shout out, I rock with Kai Cenat, but I've seen Kai Cenat saying like, it was really quiet in the stadium, da 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 da. Everybody knows the halftime shows are made for those who are watching on TV. Because the people who are watching on TV always have the better angle, the better view. The camera was right in front of Kendrick the entire time. Could you imagine watching live and seeing a camera like right in front of Kendrick? It'll be a little different. Also, let's keep it a buck. The people that were in the stadium may not have been, the fan base that Kendrick usually raps to. Let's keep it a buck. So of course they may be, and if you ever go into a concert these days, everybody doesn't cheer. People cheer, but most of the time, right when an artist comes out or the whole daggone concert, they sit there with their camera right in front of them the whole time, just recording it, not really enjoying the moment, just recording it so they can say that they were there. So either way, I give it a B. All right. So next one I want to do is this gentleman right here, Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley had the chance to beat this Russian record that has been upheld for over 20 plus years. Of course, we talked about this on the pod. They set him the last game when he could have gotten it. Either way, Saquon Barkley had an incredible season. I'm not even going to, withhold it too long. I got to give this brother an A. I give him an A for this season. This was his best season. This is one of the seasons that will go down in history for the Giants front office being idiots for what they did in terms of letting him go. Is definitely an A. Shout out to Saquon for what he did this particular season. And we'll see. I've said this on the pod before around that GM and New York needs to lose his job. That boy need to be gone. First thing flying, gone. First thing smoking. You got to be out of here, because what you did not to bring back a player like that, I think he really showed that he was the best quarterback coming out of that draft class he was in. Speaking of that draft class, let's get into the next person. Oh, hold on. Doing too much. All right. Let's get into the next person I want to talk about. CMC. CMC. What grade am I going to give CMC? As you all know, he did not play a lot this year. A lot of injuries. What am I going to give CMC? I got to give him a D. The reason I'm going to give CMC a D is because, granted, you can't control when you are injured. But the reason I gave him a D, I did not. I understand why he came back or tried to come back towards the end. But if both your Achilles, you have Achilles tendonitis, I think that's just God, universe, Mother Nature, wherever you want to say, telling you to sit down somewhere and just take a chill pill. I think it's interesting because as a Panthers fan, we've seen him go through a lot of injuries, and the joke was when he got to San Francisco, it seemed like he had a clean bill of health, and now we're starting to see it. And a lot of things, his father came out and other podcasts and said that he trains too hard. That could be the case, but also I think they used him too much as well. So I think this letter grade is not all to CMC. But I got to give it to the San Francisco 49ers for malpractice there in terms of how they used him. We'll see what happens next year. He had a lot of time to really, heal up and rest. So I'll see. Somebody said, dang, brother, CMC can't even get a C. Nah, I'm giving CMC and the San Francisco 49ers that particular letter grade. So that's just how I feel about it. This gentleman. You talking about CMC getting a D. What letter grade is this gentleman going to get? As you all know, this is Deontay Johnson. We've talked about him plenty of times. I don't need to continue. I'm just going to throw up the letter grade and sip my water. Generational mishandlement. It was... I don't know who needs to fire who. Is it his agent needs to let go of himself, or Deontay needs to fire his agent? Either way, it just was not a good look this season. And it got to the point where, it went from being, shocking to being hilarious to then low-key feeling bad for the gentleman. And I think I'm there now where I kind of feel bad for Deontay. I wish that he had somebody in his corner to kind of tell him, yo, bro, you're really losing millions of dollars with every outbreak that happens. Anytime that you get upset because you're not getting the ball, that's $1 million lost. Somebody is going to give him a chance, but it's going to be a 1-year prove-it deal. And at 29 years old, how many 1-year prove-it deals can you get if you're looking for that big contract? So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens this offseason with Deontay. But for this season, your boy gets an F. He gets an F. All right. Let's go on to, this is a good one, Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce had an up and down season, in my opinion. You can tell, we talked about LeBron earlier, right? And we talked about how him and Father Time are on a 12-round split decision type of boxing match. Here, they're in about the 10th round, and it's getting to the part where he's on the ropes, and Father Time is just body blow, body blow, body blow. And, he just doesn't look like himself. I don't know if his head wasn't in the game. I don't know if it's really Father Time, but saying the F is for flop. I don't know if you're talking about for Travis or for Deontay, but I see a lot of people saying F. I don't know if I can give him an F, y'all. Because there were some games where he was relevant. Now, Super Bowl, he was irrelevant, dropped 2 passes. It was nasty work. I think I got to go with D. I think I got to give him a D. And honestly, it was close to, you know what? I'm going to give him a C. I thought it was an okay season. It was mid for what we've seen for Travis Kelce. It wasn't absolutely horrible, but it was mid. It was mid for what we've seen from Kelce before. So that's probably why I'm gonna say C. Somebody say you gotta Hey yo. Yeah, Father Time is definitely hitting like Mike Tyson. Yeah, like we saw it clear as day for him this year. And I'm curious, what do y'all think, chat? Is he coming back next year? Is he coming back next year? Or you think this is it? Can you really go out like that? Like getting manhandled like that in the Super Bowl? Like, can you just retire like that? Or do you got to give it another last ride, like a last hoorah? I don't know. If I'm Travis Kelce, I got to give it another shot. Especially with y'all, with like the Chiefs having Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown was on a 1-year deal, but if they bring him back, Juju Smith-Schuster, if DeAndre Hopkins come back, like there's a lot of Rashee Rice, there's a lot of weapons around where you don't have to be that number one option. So if I'm him, I'd give it another shot. I would. But yeah, he gets a C from me. C from me. Does anything need to be said? If I had an A+, does anything need to be said? We can go on to the next one because nothing needs to be said for Lamar. Lamar's a baller. I got to give him an A. Gotta give him an A. Let's go to another quarterback. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, well, I would say the quarterback for New York Jets, but we found out today, earlier this week, and it made it official today that he is not coming back to New York Jets. So he's either going to go to another team or he's going to retire. He has to make that decision once they cut him. What grade are y'all giving Aaron Rodgers? What grade am I giving Aaron Rodgers? I think you have to remember too, everything that happened. You know what? I'm not even going to go into it. I will go into it, but I'm going to give the letter grade first. Here at the Pregame Podcast, we always keep it real. I'm giving this boy an F. I'm giving him an F. And the reason I'm doing an F because I think there was so much hype of him coming to New York Jets, and he was supposed to be that plug and play quarterback because you got all these weapons on defense, right? You got all these weapons on offense, and all you needed was a quarterback to come in and to make things happen. Not only did a quarterback come in, but you get an elite quarterback. Yes, he's a bit older, but you get an elite quarterback out of Aaron Rodgers. And first season, he tears his Achilles. Okay, we get that. He comes back. He tries to come back that same season. Don't forget that, y'all. They told him to sit down, but he tried to come back that same season. And then he comes in and he just stinks it up. And then you get, I'm not saying he got Robert Saleh fired, but Robert Saleh gets fired, right? And then Joe Douglas, the GM, gets fired. Then you finagle a way to get your boy Devontae Adams there, and you still stink it up. Like, I don't know. Like, Aaron Rodgers' attitude gets an F already. I got to give him an F. What do y'all think? I see David said F. Pop said a D. Chad said a D, considering how many weapons he had to work with. He kind of picked it up towards the second half of the year. Yes, but did they still even have a chance? Like, I don't know. I expected more out of Aaron Rodgers, so I'm going to have to roll with an F. I got to be honest. That's my gut reaction, so that's what I'm going with. Let's go to a rookie. Let's go to some rookies. Caleb Williams, number 1 pick from the Chicago Bears. That number 1 pick came from the Carolina Panthers, but that's another conversation for another podcast. What am I giving Caleb? I know what I give him. I'll give him a C. I thought it was an okay season, right? I think he thought it was going to be a lot easier than what it was. Surprise, bro. Surprise, Dorothy, you're not in Kansas anymore. This is not college. This is definitely the pros. And so I think his attitude would change. We saw clips from him on Hard Knocks when the GM or the coach, I can't remember who it was like, what's what's most surprising? He was like, practice is hard in the games, or I'm chilling. Like the way he seemed, like the way he was acting, just seemed like he got this. And I think the piece that people are forgetting about, even though they said it last offseason, was this is the best situation to bring a rookie quarterback in. You have so many weapons. Defense is amazing. He is bound to be successful. And they didn't do anything. Yes, they won 5 games, but they didn't do anything. And it was interesting how the narrative switched or flipped to then Matt Eberflus being fired, and it was the coaching, and then all these different things. All that to say, I got to give him a C. It wasn't absolutely horrible, but it wasn't phenomenal. And I think the reason that I think it hurts even more is the fact that Jayden Daniels cooked. The man cooked. And shout out to my boy Yamil. Mill, my dog, bro. Mill, I gotta bring you on a pod soon, bro. Because we gotta talk about them New York Giants. I gotta bring you on a pod, bro. But yeah, the front office no help though either. I'm not sure if you're talking about the Bears, but if you're talking about the Bears, yeah. But everybody loves Ryan Poles over there. Bears Twitter loves Ryan Poles. But yeah, we'll see what happens, but I got to give him a C. Like, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. And it probably could have been a B if Jayden Daniels didn't cook like the way he did. It comes down some more. So shout out to Jayden Daniels. I don't even have his picture up here because we already know that's an A. All right, so the next one, who do I want to do? Let's go to another rookie. We all know this guy. Xavier Legette, man. Xavier Legette. Now, here's the thing. We saw, if you didn't see, Steve Smith posted a video grading Xavier Legette. He gave him mostly all C's and a B for potential, which I thought was dope. But we saw an up and down season from Xavier. Now, here's the thing. You got to give the Rook some credit and some grace. Credit because he was thrown into a lot of situations that he probably didn't expect, right? No one expected him to come out during the season and be a wide receiver 1, right? That was what Deontay Johnson was for. We thought he would be a wide receiver 2, possibly a wide receiver 3, depending on what was going on with Adam Thielen. And he was really, he basically learned this season baptism by fire. Seriously. Like, he was really thrown in and played the X, the Z, sometimes the Y. Like, he was in so many different positions. And he got some separation in some cases. And now I know a lot of people during the offseason said, we don't know about his route running, these different things. And he did all right. But don't forget to work on the hands, bro. There's a lot of drops this season. I don't think it's going to happen next year. I think that he knows what he needs to work on. So for me, dang, David, you giving XL a F? God, you're a tough. I would hate for you to be my teacher if I was in school. You a tough grader. Okay, no, you came back and said C-. Okay, I was like F. I hate for you to be my teacher, big dog. What I give? I think I give him a C. I give him a C. It wasn't like absolutely horrible, right? But it wasn't great, right? I don't have Jalen Coker on here. I didn't put his picture up here, but if I did have Jalen Coker, his would be a B. It'd be a B because he was phenomenal. We've talked about Coker on this show before. So yeah, I give him a C. All right, so let's see. Who do I want to do next? Yeah, I'll go here. Let's stick with the Panthers. J.C. Horn, Mr. Seatbelt, clink, clank. All right, look, I am so happy for J.C. Horn because he was finally able to stay healthy. He's been working on that. He said he got in the gym, lift weights, got stronger, got bigger, and he did his thing. Pro Bowl nod for J.C. Horn. I don't care what anybody says. You may disagree, but I got to give my boy an A. An A for this season. He really showed who he could be and who he really is when he's out there. Granted, he can't do everything. He can't play like what Deontay said. I can't play every position, but I think he deserves the contract that he's going to get this offseason. We picked up his 5th year, but he balled out, man. He balled out. I see some people say A, B. Chad said, pay that man. You got to pay him. Absolutely. But JC, I think that honestly, this is how I feel, and I'll put this on wax. I think that we haven't seen the best of JC Horn yet. I don't think we've seen the best of JC Horn yet. Let this defense get better. We get some personnel, and we get another CB2 or Mike Jackson comes back, and we are actually able to either let him shadow wide receiver 1. I don't think we've seen the best of JC yet. He's still young. So JC, the best is yet to come for that man. I'm excited to see what he's going to do. All right, so last one. I think it's the last one. Yeah, last one, and then we'll get into the starting lineup. Top 5 songs with the word love in the title. It's got to go Dave and Dan. Dave Canales and Dan Morgan. First season together. What do y'all think? And what I want y'all to include in this particular grade is off-season from when they got hired. So from free agency to draft to the entire season. What are y'all giving them? What are y'all giving them? I'm curious to see what y'all going to say. I'm going to wait to see what y'all going to say before I give my grade. Oh, why are we doing this? Yes, that's a good question. A good question/statement. It says, can we agree Jalen Hurts outplayed Mahomes in both Super Bowls? I got to go back and look at the other one. I think he definitely outplayed him this. I mean, that's evident. But I got to go back and look because I want to go look at some of the highlights and stats, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the other one. But that's a good one. I got to look that up. I'm going to have to talk about that next week. All right, so Dave and Dan, what do I give them? I'm going to give Dave and Dan a B. I'm going to give him a B. The reason I give him I think it was, of course, it's easy. Like, I'm trying to remove my fandom because, of course, I'm like, they cooked. They did it. A. But a B, I think there's progression there. I think it's potential. I think it was close to an A because I really, really appreciated the way they handled the Bryce benching, how they kept everything in-house, had a plan, all those different things. The way they handled the Deontay Johnson trade, not letting a lot of things get out. I thought that was pretty good. Free agency was solid. Draft was pretty solid, trading up to get the 5th year option for Xavier. Like, it's a lot of good things. But I think that this year will be the deciding factor for me, right? I love that we kept some consistency and continuity with our front office and our coaches. But I don't know. For some reason, I can't give it an A. I gotta give it a B. I think it's a solid B, like a B+. But, I'll say it was a very, 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 very good job, but I got to give it a B. It's close to an A, but I got to go B. All right, so let's get into top 5 songs. Y'all can judge, even though, say we don't judge. We kind of judge around here. I'm gonna go big screen on this one. Oops, let me take that off. All right, so top 5 songs, and then we out of here. All right, so number 5 for me. And again, this is top 5 songs with the word love in it. I got to go, number 5 for me, I got to go Is This Love by Bob Marley. I got to go with that. That's my jam. First off, I love Bob Marley. I can listen to reggae all the time. I love reggae. But Is This Love is a great song. Like I told you earlier with the music we heard earlier tonight, that's another song you just pop on, chill, you with your family, cookout type vibes. Is This Love is definitely number 5 for me. So I said, we listen and we don't judge for sure. But, some people going to judge over here, but it's all good. All right, so number 4 for me, I'm gonna go old school again. I'm gonna go a little. I think it's. Let me see. Hold on. No, hold on. Let me double check and make sure I wanna do that one. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go a little Teddy Pendergrass. I'm going Love TKO. I don't know why. That's all. Ever since I was young, that's been one of my jams. It's a good song, nice little vibe. That bass line, doom 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 doom. Like, it's solid song. Number 4 for me, Love TKO, Teddy P. All right, so the next one, these a little newer, not newer, but in the 2000s, if you will. I'm going Let Me Love You, Mario. That's a good song, man. Like in high school, you should let me love you. That's a good one. That's a good one for me. So I'm going Let Me Love You, Mario, for number 3. Let me see. Oh, okay. Love on the Brain. I'm not a big Love on the Brain. Not a big Love on the Brain fan. I'm not. Love You Like a Love Song. I don't know that one. What's that? Love You Like a Love Song. I don't think I know that one. Who sings that one? Love You Like a Love Song. Oh, Can't You Feel? Oh, I forgot about that one. That's a good one. Dang. That's a good one. That might have to be my honorable mention. That's a good one. All right, so number 2. Shout out to Bryce Young, because he did this one. But Love, Keisha Cole. Everybody, look, I don't care where you are. At a party, at a school function, wherever. Everybody sings that song. That song hops on, and you cannot help but sing and do that. Like everybody sings that song. So Love by Keisha Cole. See, people don't listen. I said love, not lovers. Lovers is definitely, I see what you try to do there, but love, not lovers. But I give it to you though. We listen and we don't judge. I'm just playing, bro. But yeah, I gotta go Love, Keisha Cole. Number 1. Oh, Selena Gomez. I don't know if I heard that one. But shout out to Miss Gomez. I ain't heard that one before. See, how is my number 1 your number 4? Number 1 for me is Love by Musiq Soulchild. That song is still fire to this day. Probably one of my favorite Musiq Soulchild songs. I think he sung that song during the verses during the COVID. I said during the COVID, like I'm an old person. During COVID. And yeah, that's probably one of my favorite Musiq Soulchild songs. So that's definitely mine. Oh, how can I forget this song? My youngest, Cairo, loves this song, 100% Pure Love. That's the jam. Love on Top is another one. Y'all coming with some good ones. You gotta love K. Cole for sure. For sure. Y'all coming with some good ones. Love by Kendrick. Okay, that's number 1. I like it. All good songs. I had so many honorable mentions that I want to add in there. Of course, like Love Yours by J. Cole. Only reason I didn't put that one on there because we did J. Cole last time, top 5, so I changed it up. I love the Tiana Taylor Gonna Love Me song, but I didn't think it was top 5 worthy. Pusher, you tried it. Isn't it Pusher Lover Girl, not Pusher Love Girl? You tried it. I get it. Love's Train was another one that was honorable mention. It was close in top 5 for me as well. It was good. This was good. First off, great audience interaction. Great audience interaction. Look, I have fun. Tonight. I hope y'all have fun tonight. So updates. We got a new logo that's cooking up. Shout out to my dog Andrew, who's designing it. New logo coming, a lot of different things. So yes, we'll be using this software, but it's going to be some different fire things that's in the works. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Also, we'll be filming next week with the NFL agent. Yo, I'm excited. That's going to be fire. If y'all have any questions that you want answered from an NFL agent, what goes on during the draft? What goes on during off season, free agency? How does it work? How often are you in contact with said GM? Whatever it may be. College stuff, NIL versus the collective. What does that look like? How do you find your clients? Whatever it may be. If y'all have any questions, make sure you drop them in the comment section. You can hit me up on any social media. Let me know, but it's going to be fire. Now, granted, one thing I want to say that this particular episode won't be live. So we're going to have it. We're going to record it and then we're going to edit it, chop it up, mix it, and we'll post it. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all go spread the word. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all like this video. I think we only got 7 likes right now, and we got 30 something people in here. Make sure y'all go like this video. This is the free way for y'all to support the Pregame Podcast. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Come join the party. I promise you'll have a good time every Thursday at 7:30 with me, Vashti, and Shad. We have a good time. We always gonna tell the truth, and we're always gonna have fun. I appreciate y'all for pulling up on me. As always,
pull up on me. Pull up on me.
We out of here. Peace.